good? I think I'm okay. Hi everybody. I am gonna do today's video and get ready with me. I'm gonna take off a full face of melted off makeup. I was at the Frost Museum in Miami. I'm in my bathroom obviously, and I'm sorry if you hear the fan, but I want to talk about today one of my most common questions that I get asked on social media, and that is how I found out I had endometriosis. So we can just start from the beginning. And when I say start from the beginning, I'm going to use face wipes today to take off my makeup, or to begin taking off my makeup. I started getting chronic UTIs at the age of like 12, 13, like when I started getting my period. I got my period 2 weeks before my 13th birthday. And I remember because it was July and I was going to Rapids that day. It was a whole fiasco. That's another story for another video. That's really, really funny. But anyway, around that time, my periods were extremely irregular and far between and would last really, really long. It would be, like I said in my previous video, it was about for a month every 3 months. And it was horrible, horrible pain all the time. So yeah, I got diagnosed with chronic UTIs, and I would do all these things when I was younger to like not get this pain. Like it was just burning all the time. Like I would just be burning. Like every time I would pee, it would burn. And it was to the point that it was like, okay, I would always carry in extra underwear. I would always make sure I have clean panties, panty liners, wipes. Like I was like overly cleaning my vagina, and that's not good for you either, by the way. Like, anyway, don't use soap. Anyway, so I was doing all these things, all these precautions, and then eventually, obviously, I lost my virginity. And luckily, I have a really awesome mom that made me open and made me feel comfortable enough to be honest with her. And like 2 months after I lost my virginity, I told her I lost my virginity and that I wanted to see a gynecologist and get birth control and do all the things I'm supposed to do. And luckily, I did those things. But what happened was all these birth controls, I took like a bunch of different kinds of birth controls. I unfortunately started with Yaz. If you guys don't know about that, just Google it and you'll hear all these lawsuits and stuff. Yaz made me the most depressed, you guys. Oh my God, that shit was scary. I was 15 taking Yaz, and although my skin was flawless, oh my God, I had the best skin. My mood swings were bizarre. Oh my God, so bizarre. And it was crazy. It was crazy. I remember like collapsing on the floor and crying in the kitchen to my mom for no reason all the time, or just being angry, so angry. Like, oh no. So we changed that. And I remember I took something else and I can't remember, but I know I also tried low estrogen, low estrogen, the Depo-Provera, the shots in the arm, what else did I try? A few other things like generic brands, and then eventually after my laparoscopic surgery, we gave me the Mirena. But anyways, back to 15, or let's fast forward to freshman year of college. So freshman year of college, that was when I began my first very serious relationship, and I don't know, that's when I was experiencing painful sex. And that's when things started getting really concerning. And then that led to more chronic UTIs, led to, it was just so worrisome. My pelvis would just inflame. I was in so much pain, and I just lived on the toilet all the time. I would just take showers and live on the toilet, showers and toilet. I would take like 4 showers a day because that was the only time I felt comfortable. And of course I had my heat pad, and my dog is scratching to get in here, but ignore her. And it was just really, really painful. So this is what started the process. I obviously went to the gynecologist. Ooh, I remember my doctor's name. It was Dr. Messer in Tallahassee. He was such a nice old man. Anyways, I went to him, after going to other gynecologists in Miami that were horrible, I told the guy, I told one of the ones in Miami, like, he wanted to freeze my cervix. Like, it was too harsh to do on an 18-year-old body, you know. So whatever, I ended up finding this amazing doctor who ended up being in Tallahassee, which was fantastic. And the process began where we had to eliminate everything we could before we did the laparoscopic surgery, because it's surgery. So we did every test under the sun. I went to that man twice a month for like a year, and oh my god, it was so expensive, all the co-pays and stuff. Oh my god. And like, I couldn't really like have a full-time job and be in school and be sick. So I did have a part-time job, but not for my freshman year. Sophomore year of college, I had a part-time job, and that was really helpful. But freshman year was the toughest, really. Freshman and sophomore year were really tough. We did every test under the sun. I did the bladder in my, kind of grammar is that? I did the camera in my bladder. I did a lot of vaginal ultrasounds. I did regular ultrasounds. We did do a CT scan with contrast, all these tests and stuff when we finally had no choice but to open me up. So that's what we did. We found a doctor in Weston. His name was Dr. Zimmerman, and he was amazing. He used that Napoleon robot thing where it was so amazing, so amazing. And he was done within 3 hours. He removed the growths I had. He confirmed I had endometriosis, because that's really the final stage that we have to find out our endo journey, like that we're on it and that we're not freaking crazy. So mind you, by the time I had my surgery, I was already 20 years old. Like 7 years being diagnosed with chronic UTIs, like that's the norm. And like, my life was like, it was debilitating. And I swear to you guys, nothing made me feel less sexy. And unfortunately, at the time before my surgery, I was also having HPV, and it was flaring up, and it was turning into severe dysplasia on its journey to cervical cancer. And let me tell you how fucking scared I was. Oh my god. So scared. I'm so scared. And I'm in college, and I'm like, oh my god, I just want to party with my friends. Like, why can't I just like do reckless things with them and like get wasted, go to the club, and make it to my 8 a.m. class? Like, I want that to be my struggle. And like, girl, I would get wasted, and like, it would take me a week to recover. I would miss class for a week. Anyways, that was really debilitating, and unfortunately all that made me feel extremely not sexy, as you can imagine. And can you think, like, I was 120 pounds, killing it, and like at my prime, like I had like a 4-pack, a solid 4-pack. And like, I was hot. I was so hot. I mean, not that I'm not hot now, but like, I was doing it. You know, I've always had that confidence, but I had that confidence. And I just wanted to be out and have party and have a good time. And I couldn't do any of those things. Like, it sucked. It was so debilitating. And my boyfriend cheated on me because I couldn't have sex, and it was painful. And we lived together, you guys. Can you imagine how my heart was breaking as my vagina was breaking? Like, ah! It was the craziest time of my life. You can imagine that my mood went from here to here real quick. Like, girl got humbled fast. Or not fast, because it was like 2 years. But anyways, besides the point, so my HPV was flaring up bad. So what ended up happening was that I needed to get monitored. He would do a biopsy every month because he tried to spread them out, but he saw me every other week because the pain. I was on antibiotics for a year and a half, and antibiotics fuck your body up because they didn't know what I had, and they just thought, they ended up finding, I ended up getting an infection in my bladder at one point, a really bad one of E. coli, and we don't know what the fuck happened, dude. Like, that was the month that I was on Cipro, and if you guys don't know what that is, like, maybe I can like insert the full name of that here. I only know it as Cipro, but anyways, Cipro fucked my stomach up, and that is like one of the strongest antibiotics out there. Okay, I'm gonna move on to my next step of the Get Ready With Me, because I've already been talking for like 10 minutes. Anyway, I'm gonna use, this is, I think it's by Olay. Yeah, it's Olay Professional Spin Brush. The batteries are dead. But you can get the brushes on Amazon, which is what I do, and I never replace the battery. I think it's enough stimulation. I use Cetaphil because right now, as I've told you guys, I have really bad adult acne. I have never had acne in my life. I don't know what to do with this stuff, so I want to be really gentle. I'm religiously cleaning my face, religiously, and trying not to pick. I'm trying. Obviously, I'm not doing that great of a job right there, but they hurt. Oh my god. This side isn't as bad, but I'm being pretty real with you guys. It's bad. So I'm gonna just wet that. And I'm gonna scrub it up. So he was doing, back to the story, my doctor was doing in Tallahassee my biopsies and all this stuff, and really trying to figure out, like, he thought this was the major mystery. This was only 7 years ago, and he thought this 8 years ago, and he thought this was a major mystery. Like, thank fucking god it finally got some attention recently, because dude, 1 in 10 women have this, and it's a mystery. Are you kidding? So anyways, once we finally eliminated everything else, he was like, all right, this is the last step. We got to do the endo part. And he didn't want to give me surgery for my severe dysplasia, because what we did was that we sent my labs to 3 different pathologists. And you can always request this, you guys. If you get a severe biopsy reading, you can always send it somewhere else and confirm that reading. So I got mild dysplasia, and severe dysplasia. And he was like, what the fuck? Even my doctor was like, what the fuck? He wanted to send it to a 4th location. And I was already so tired. I wanted to be cut up. I was like, yeah, like I'm broken. I felt so broken. And I was like, I felt so sexy, like unsexy. I felt disgusting. And then I ended up getting little tiny warts outside, like on the rim of my vagina. And I think I only had 2. But you guys, I was embarrassed, and I felt like I had to have sex with my boyfriend. And I would like cry through the pain and let him have sex with me, and I would make him think I wanted it. Like he even felt bad doing it. Like, he didn't force me. I put this stigma in my mind that that's what you're supposed to do. And clearly he cheated on me because he wasn't getting it. Unfortunately, it still wasn't enough, even me forcing that, like, which goes to show, like, girls, like, if you don't have a man that supports you, like, there's other ways to have sex, by the way. Like, if penetration hurts and you're horny, you can still have sex. Okay, that's a topic for a whole nother video. If you want to hear about that, comment below and we can talk about it for real. But you don't need to deal with that shit. Nobody needs to make you feel little or what a mistake. Anyways, moving on. So I did those things, and you don't have to do those things because it belittles your value in yourself. Only you are doing that to you. Like, that didn't have to happen. Like, anyway, so painful sex. I felt gross. This was the most disgusting, repulsive thing that could have happened to me. Obviously, I got the HPV before that boyfriend, and that boyfriend is gonna have it because he was doing it while I had it in the flare-up. And that's scary, bro. So scary. So my doctor's like, listen, before I do this surgery, your hormones are bananas. I had my testosterone levels so high, and my estrogen levels were so high, and we didn't know why. So he's like, we got to do this surgery. So what we decided to do was attack the endo first. And oh my God, thank the fucking Lord. So this climax. So the solution started happening here, y'all. Okay, so stay tuned. Watch till the end. There's a happy ending here. So obviously my days really suck. Hold on, let me rinse. So before my surgery, I was debilitated. I was in so much pain, you guys, like regularly, that I came home and I was so happy to be home. Like, and this was during Thanksgiving week. Okay, so I didn't have school. I did that on purpose. Everybody did that on purpose. We scheduled it around the vacation of my doctor and when I would have school off, and I came home and I had my surgery. And guess what was happening, you guys? My endometriosis was feeding the HPV. Guess what happened? After being monitored, my severe dysplasia became moderate dysplasia to mild dysplasia to normal pap, guys. I have a normal pap. Normal pap. That's amazing, okay? That doesn't have to be my life anymore, okay? Okay. Moving on, okay? Don't judge me. Shit happened. God, it was like I felt like a miracle had happened after that surgery, you guys. For like 2 weeks, I couldn't use my abs, and I kept like pulling myself out of bed, and I pulled so many muscles in my shoulders and my back. Like I ended up making myself in more pain. Accept help. Don't be prideful like me and not accept the help. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go in with my Pavonia toner, and I'm just gonna put it on a clean cotton swab. And you guys, I couldn't have been happier though. Like, after I did recover, I went back to school, it didn't work out, and I came home. All right, story's over on that one. But they put the Mirena during my surgery. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's talk about the surgery. The surgery, they went in, they found it, they took the pictures. I have them in my files. Amazing. I was happy to have an answer. Like, oh my God, I haven't been crazy all these years. Like, I'm not broken. I can be fixed. And like, I was always like a very outgoing person, I guess. Like, I did lose my virginity young. But after my surgery, they had taken out my endometriosis, proven that I had it, and I felt so much relief to have the answer, to be guided, and they put the Mirena inside of me, and that has been the last birth control I have been on, and I haven't had my period since. You guys, the day I get my period again, I'm gonna be like a 13-year-old girl lost all over again. There's so many different kinds of pads now. I can just order the eco kind online, but like, I'm scared, girl. What's my flow gonna be like? How much pain am I gonna be in? Like, I don't want to take it out because I'm so scared of being in pain again. And I know that the Mirena has something to do with it, but I'm getting married, and I can't imagine not being able to make little GQs. Like, wouldn't I want to be made twice? I want to be made twice, like, even though I'm sure I could punch myself in the face sometimes, but like, I want to have babies. Like, I want babies, and I want to have my husband's babies. Like, he's cute, you guys. He's really cute. I totally won the jackpot, and if you know us, you know that, like, we're crazy for each other. It's crazy. I'm so lucky. Anyway, after my surgery and the Mirena, I haven't felt that debilitating pain again. Okay, now, again, I was 20 years old. When this happened, it was during the Thanksgiving time, the holidays, and my sweet mother made me a miniature Thanksgiving all for me. It was so nice. It was her, my grandfather, and me, and was that it? And my stepfather at the time. I think that was it. It was like really, really tiny, really tiny. It was a scary time. You know, we couldn't leave the house, and I needed her help and to get in and out of everything. And God, it was an awesome Thanksgiving. I'm gonna now moisturize my face with Cetaphil. I love this shit. Makes me feel real nice and dewy. So, I am now petrified of taking my birth control out. Petrified. I haven't felt that kind of pain in a long time. But unfortunately, since that has happened, I had a colonoscopy and they didn't find anything. I've been having really terrible bowel issues. That was the last test I did, and they just diagnosed me with IBS. But I don't think that's it. I've now, like I said in my last video, I've had diarrhea for 3 years every day. That's like my norm. Like, I celebrate a clean break, y'all. A clean break is like, oh, that's a dream come true. God, I just want to poop good, you guys. What I would do for a good poop. And that's been my current issue. So things are really bad right now, but in a completely different way. Like, everything I eat irritates the shit out of me. Everything I fucking eat. I'm avoiding gluten, lactose. I'm avoiding soy product. I am avoiding, and I'm learning about different kinds of soy, because I found out not all soy is bad for you, but because I don't know too much, I haven't allowed myself to have any, because I don't know what I'm doing. But don't get me wrong, sometimes I deviate from the plan, and oh my god, when I deviate, like today I had a Caesar salad, and it had croutons. And I was scared. I was like, if I eat this crouton, is it gonna fucking hurt? Am I gonna be like, cagándome? Okay. The answer is no, I didn't. But the gas, you guys, why does everything bother me? I don't want to live my life on Tums and Gas-X and lactate pills and me trying to avoid all these foods. Like, oh my god, I'm like policing my life. Like, I know it's a lifestyle and I'm probably going to end up healthier than people who don't have this disease or illness, but like, ugh, it's exhausting. I'm constantly thinking about my food, and I love sweets. I love desserts. Like, after this, I'm going to make a gluten-free banana. Sorry, got cut mid-sentence. My man was calling me. God, I love him. Anyway, sorry. But after, I love sweets. I love sweets. So after this video, I am making banana bread gluten-free. So if you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, that's how I found out I had endometriosis, you guys. It was a really rocky journey between me thinking I thought I was dying from HPV. I thought that shit was like HIV. Like, I was like, AIDS, which, just so you guys know, 1 in 3 women have HPV. Okay, I call it like mono of the vagina. You call it what you will. But it's really common. Men are carriers of this, and they don't even freaking know it. So get your vaccinations, but even your Gardasil, which is something I also got, only covers 4 of the most common and 3 of the most severe. So there are a million strands of HPV out there, so good luck to you. Just practice safe sex. That's moral of the story. I moved on. My life has been great since. I've never had a symptom of it since. I even had a pap smear last year. I paid full price for it because I really wanted it. I really needed it, and it came back normal. I am fine on that note. I've been fine ever since, and I am so grateful that we decided to take this route for my endo journey, because in that sense, I have not had debilitating pain. However, I also haven't had a period. So the fear is real. So stay tuned on this new endo journey, because this is definitely a different chapter. Shit is real, literally. I'm sorry about the fan in the bathroom. I hope you like this on Getting Ready with me. And worst part is that he just called to go out to dinner. Do I put makeup back on? I don't think so. I don't think I'm gonna put makeup back on. And see, now I don't know. Like, he wants to go out to dinner and take me out on a date, which is lovely. He's the best man in the whole world. But where do I go? Where can I eat? If you guys know of restaurants that are budget friendly, because we are planning a wedding, holler in the comments below where I can be gluten free and lactose free. I am trying to be vegan, but like with chicken. Does that make sense? Like, I'm trying to avoid eggs, any dairy products. I avoid all cheeses. I avoid red meat because red meat does not process well in my body either. So I try to have iron with spinach, but I can't have foliage because it's hard to digest. So I can only have spinach in my smoothies. You guys, this is so insane. Oh, if you are as frustrated as I am, Give it a thumbs up. All right, you guys. Thanks. And I'll see you in my next video. And I only want you guys to like ring the bell so that you know when I'm gonna post a video. So you're in the journey with me and you can hopefully see me progress or lose my mind. So ring the bell. Bye.